P.O.L. Game Review.
Yo, what up y'all? IntraVenus here, back with another episode of P.O.L. Game Review and Music, and today we're going to go through the unboxing of the new Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, and I'll also give you my first impressions. But first off, let me take you through the unboxing. Here we go. The Retroid Pocket 4 Pro comes in a sleek white box that's reminiscent of other Chinese handheld devices that you may have purchased in the past. It's got a magnetic flap on the side that lifts up, and when you open this white box, you have a plastic white compartment that slides out, and you have your device. It is wrapped in a little plastic sheath, and it has this nice foam pad that covers the top. Inside you'll find things like the user manual, a charging cable, and not much else. So you look at the device, it is pretty sleek and looks almost identical to the Nintendo Switch Lite, except it's slightly smaller. The Retroid Pocket 4 Pro comes in at about a 4.7 inch screen, whereas the Switch Lite has a 5.5 inch screen, if I remember correctly. And as far as size comparison, this one is a little more pocket friendly and in almost all circumstances is more powerful. Now, this doesn't do Switch emulation well. In fact, it does it pretty poorly. I've tried with a couple games, and that is Super Mario Bros. Wonder and also South Park Stick of Truth. After going through Super Mario Bros. Wonder and playing through about 6 levels, which I was able to do successfully, and it was a little stuttery though, and it doesn't look as crisp as it would on your Nintendo Switch device. After I did that, I decided to throw something weaker, I considered a weaker game. I went ahead and threw Stick of Truth at it, because South Park Stick of Truth it's two-dimensional, and it comes back from the PS3 days. There's a lot of things you can do with this device, and though it is not for Switch emulation, it is pretty much for everything else before that, not including the Wii U. This works great all the way up to and through the Nintendo Wii and even the Nintendo 3DS minus the 3D features. You can do things like install your own custom front-end software to make the game console more sleek and add things like I've done running behind me here, which is actually a screensaver that comes from Emulation Station after you leave it sit for a little bit, because yes, this does connect to the TV. The Retroid Pocket 4 Pro not only connects to the TV via wire like the HDMI cable, but it can also do screencast, and it does it very well, might I add. This device sports a faster Wi-Fi capability than the Nintendo Switch, and if you have a strong enough internet signal, well, you can play your favorite games on the TV wirelessly, and it's awesome. I mean, really awesome. I tested this out by playing some games like Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex on the PlayStation 2 and made sure I can get all the platforming done without having a delay. You get too much of a delay into button pressing when you're doing some screencasting, and you're not going to get your platforming. You're going to fall in some holes, on some spikes, your character's going to die. You're not going to have fun in that circumstance. So I have proven that this works really good like that, and it's pretty awesome. I didn't even expect doing something like that. Now, there's so many things you can do with this console. I will put that in another video though. My first impression is that this is not for everybody. If you are into tinkering, especially if you really like it, because you're going to have to do a lot. If you know your way around installing emulators and setting up the settings, mapping the controls, all that stuff, then this is for you. Yes, praise the gods that be, we finally have a handheld powerful enough to play PlayStation 2 games. It's handled every PlayStation 2 game that I've thrown at it, minus a couple. That was the Champions, a Norrath game, a Return to Arms. Those games, for some reason, have some graphical stutters when I'm using them. I'm sure it's in the settings and I can work it out, because everything else plays from 2 to 4 times upscale the native resolution. That is amazing. And that includes GameCube too. And GameCube is something I wasn't expecting to be getting into too much with these handhelds until I saw the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro announced, and that's when I decided this was when I was going to go ahead and tackle some great later Zelda games like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. And one thing that I did not expect at all was being able to play Nintendo Wii and play it well. There are more than a handful of games that support either the classic Wii controller or the GameCube controller that you can use on this device without having to worry about finagling with the motion controls. However, you can play other games like Super Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario Brothers, where you have motion controls in there. You can shake the device to make your character jump and spin or grab something. You can do that, and you might not want to be shaking your handheld while you're looking at it because it shakes the screen. What I'd recommend is you can even map the controls for motion on buttons. But hey, that's for another video. This was for my first impressions. You see, I also got a really cool case, and this is the Super Nintendo style, American Super Nintendo colors, because I went with that. I didn't really care for the clear stuff anymore. I like clear stuff, but kind of over it. Like especially when there's a big metal square block on the back that you can see anyways, there's not a whole lot of circuitry to enjoy anyways. Though, if I were to get it, I would have gotten the watermelon. The clear watermelon does look pretty cool. Anyhow, y'all, let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see me cover about this device. There are things I could do, like showing you what I have on it. I could show you what runs well on it. I could show you how to do settings, all kinds of stuff. Or maybe you already know how to do it. Anyhow, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Peace out.
Childhood, we were all there together, and in denial would play like it was forever. And in the tall woods, we'd stay out of the weather like it was all good. Every day we made it for pleasure. We were saying whatever came to our minds, plain and simple like a tetherball reaching the sky. We were taking new heights on the swing while it was making us fly. Be the king of the hill and everything will be fine.